Gypsy Rose Blanchard's world seems to be colliding with Ryan's reappearance on social media, sparking a whirlwind of speculation that's impossible to ignore. After a short hiatus, Ryan has resurfaced, bringing calm and clarity to his audience. But the timing of Gypsy's actions immediately following his comeback has people wondering if there's more to the story. Could it be an attempt to shift the spotlight back onto her? Or is it all just an odd coincidence? Let's dive into the details because there's plenty to unravel. First, let's address Ryan's return. His absence was brief but noticeable, leaving fans in a frenzy of speculation. Was he stepping away for good? Was the constant scrutiny too much for him to handle? As it turns out, the break wasn't permanent but rather a necessary pause for him to recalibrate. In his comeback video, Ryan spoke candidly, explaining that he needed time to refocus amid the relentless drama that had overtaken his life. His tone was calm and reflective, expressing genuine gratitude to his supporters for sticking by him.
Hey guys, it's me, Ryan. I wanted to shoot this video to just say thanks to everybody and show everybody the snow that we got. This is crazy. I took a video of Pixie in the snow and I'm going to show that after this little talk. I just want to thank everybody for all the support I've always gotten. I'm rocking my Jake Daniels Commanders jersey today. I'm rooting for them hard in the playoffs. He's an LSU Heisman Trophy winner, so this is who I'm rooting for. Sorry, Lions. Y'all had a great season.
Ryan's transparency struck a chord. He opened up about his fears regarding TikTok's potential ban, which has been looming like a dark cloud. For Ryan, TikTok is more than just a platform, it's a lifeline. It's where he shares his journey, connects with his community, and earns a significant portion of his income, especially during school breaks when his teaching job doesn't cover all his expenses. Losing TikTok would mean losing not just financial stability, but also the emotional support of the community that has stood by him through thick and thin. Despite the challenges, Ryan hinted at the possibility of branching out, possibly moving to YouTube if the TikTok ban becomes a reality.
Lions, y'all had a great season though. But anyway, guys, just thank y'all. That's all I can really say right now is I was nervous when TikTok got closed down, shut down, banned, but I'm thankful it's back. Even if it is for a short time, guys, I just want to tell everybody thank y'all for the support and love I get. I was nervous I wouldn't be able to talk to you guys again, but I'm thankful it's back. Now let's show Pixie in the snow. Just hang tight. Thanks, guys.
Though daunting, he expressed hope that the loyalty of his audience would follow him to a new platform. This vulnerability and determination only deepened the connection between Ryan and his supporters, reminding them why they've been drawn to him in the first place. Meanwhile, Gypsy Rose's story seems to be taking a very different trajectory. As Ryan shared heartwarming moments from his life, like snowy days in Louisiana and his dog Pixie playing in the snow, Gypsy's actions came across as calculated and chaotic by comparison. The contrast between Ryan's serene approach and Gypsy's seemingly frantic behavior has fans talking. Is she trying to reclaim attention amid Ryan's renewed presence, or is it just a coincidence?
First off, it has snowed a lot in Louisiana, and Pixie is about to go get her first experience of it. So let's go see. Okay, if you can see, it has snowed so much in my place, and it is still snowing. So let's see what Pixie does. This is insane, man. Look at Pixie. She don't know what to do.
Gypsy's past remains a shadow that follows her everywhere. Her conviction for the murder of her mother, Dee Blanchard, has shaped public perception of her, and her every move is scrutinized. While Gypsy has expressed a desire to move forward and start fresh, particularly with her fiancé, Ken, and their plans for a family, her past actions make it difficult for people to fully trust her intentions. Her recent public statements and online activity have raised more questions than answers, leaving many wondering if she's truly ready to leave the drama behind or if she's still entangled in it. The buzz surrounding Ryan's return has only added fuel to this fire. Fans are drawing comparisons between the two, highlighting Ryan's openness and resilience versus Gypsy's often defensive and cryptic behavior. As Ryan continues to rebuild and inspire, Gypsy seems to be navigating a much rockier path, one filled with skepticism and lingering doubts about her sincerity. After Ryan broke his brief silence with a heartfelt post that captivated his audience, Gypsy seemingly followed suit with her own Instagram video. In her post, she shared a simple clip of the snow in her yard, captioned with "Stay warm." While it might seem harmless at first glance, those closely following the ongoing saga between Gypsy and Ryan can't help but raise their eyebrows at the timing. Gypsy has never been known to comment on weather or seasonal changes in her posts, so why now? And why immediately after Ryan shared his own snowy moment online? To some, it appears Gypsy might be trying to subtly redirect the spotlight or even get Ryan's attention. This wouldn't be the first time her actions have seemed strategically timed around his moments in the spotlight. Take September, for example. During a live stream, Ryan expressed his excitement about attending an LSU Tigers game. He's a diehard fan who rarely misses a chance to show his support. The very next day, Gypsy and her husband Ken showed up at the same game, both dressed in LSU gear. For someone who had shown no prior interest in football, Gypsy's sudden enthusiasm raised eyebrows. She was seen recording herself and looking around rather than paying attention to the game, giving the impression that her presence was more about being noticed than enjoying the experience.
At the LSU game.
Woo! Go Tigers!
When followers asked if she had bumped into Ryan, Gypsy claimed she didn't know he would be there. To many, this felt disingenuous, given Ryan's well-known passion for the team and his frequent appearances at their games. It seemed like yet another calculated move to remain connected to Ryan's narrative, and by extension, to stay in the public conversation. Over the years, Gypsy's behavior has painted a picture of someone who thrives on attention. Whether it's from Ryan, the public, or the media, she appears determined to keep herself in the spotlight at all costs. Her actions suggest a pattern of deliberate moves to ensure she's never far from the public eye. And when Ryan gains traction, it seems Gypsy can't resist inserting herself into the narrative, whether intentionally or not. Ryan's return to social media had everyone talking. Supporters were thrilled to see him doing well, and his candid reflections resonated deeply. But just as the focus shifted to Ryan's story, Gypsy's snow video appeared on social media. The timing was almost too perfect, leading many to believe it was no coincidence. Soon, headlines like "New Mom Gypsy Rose Blanchard shows off snowy day in Louisiana" began to pop up, pulling attention back to her. Some speculate that Gypsy's actions are driven by a need to maintain control over Ryan and the narrative surrounding him. By staying closely tied to his public image, she might believe she can monitor or even influence what he shares, particularly if there are details she'd prefer to keep private. Others argue it's a desperate attempt to remain relevant. With her public image taking repeated hits and engagement numbers dwindling, moments like these might be her way of staying in the conversation. Even minor controversies can create enough buzz to keep her name circulating, regardless of the toll it takes on her reputation. Time and time again, Gypsy finds ways to remain tethered to Ryan's narrative, almost as though she's unwilling to let him fully move on. Whether her motives stem from fear of losing relevance or a deeper desire to stay connected to a story that continues to captivate the public, one thing is clear: this dynamic keeps people questioning her true intentions. Gypsy Rose Blanchard and Ryan are navigating the aftermath of a complicated and highly publicized relationship, one that left its mark on both their lives and captured the attention of countless onlookers. For Ryan, the focus now is on rebuilding his life, forging a fresh path away from the shadows of the past. He's prioritizing meaningful connections with his supporters and seeking ways to turn his experiences into something constructive and rewarding. Gypsy, on the other hand, appears to be clinging to the public narrative that has long defined her, often relying on familiar patterns of attention-seeking behavior to stay in the spotlight. The cancellation of their Lifetime show, Life After Lockup, was a pivotal moment for both. For Ryan, it meant the loss of a steady income source, intensifying his concerns about the potential ban of TikTok, which remains his primary platform and lifeline. Despite these setbacks, Ryan has hinted at exploring other platforms, such as YouTube, to create a more sustainable career. His approach is marked by resilience and a willingness to adapt, underscoring his determination to keep moving forward. For Gypsy, however, the show's cancellation was another blow to her dwindling relevance, stripping away a platform that helped keep her in the public eye. Instead of focusing on personal growth or forging new opportunities, her actions often suggest an attempt to maintain visibility through spectacle or controversy. Her reliance on these tactics highlights a stark contrast between their approaches. While Ryan appears focused on gratitude and rebuilding, Gypsy's efforts seem centered on staying tethered to a narrative that no longer serves her. Their diverging paths are increasingly apparent. Ryan's recent social media posts, including heartfelt updates and moments of reflection, showcase a calmer, more grounded side of him. He's making strides to create something meaningful for himself and his supporters, even as he faces the uncertainties of life after the show and his divorce. Meanwhile, Gypsy's moves often raise questions about her intentions, with critics speculating whether she's genuinely trying to move forward or simply seeking ways to remain relevant in the public conversation. As their stories continue to evolve, there are lingering questions. Will Ryan successfully branch out to other platforms and build a sustainable social media presence? Will Gypsy's attempts to stay in the spotlight eventually wear thin, or will she find a way to reinvent herself? And perhaps most intriguingly, what truths might Ryan reveal about their shared past if he feels free to speak openly? One thing is certain, the saga is far from over. Whether through social media posts, new projects, or public statements, their lives remain intertwined in ways that continue to captivate their audience. As Gypsy and Ryan make their moves, the world will be watching, eager to see what's next in this ongoing drama. So, what do you think? Is Gypsy genuinely moving on? Or is this another chapter in her quest for attention? And how will Ryan navigate his new chapter? Stay tuned for all the latest updates on this ever-unfolding story.